Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Well, I hope everybody survived Cinco de Drinko last Friday. Not only was it Cinco de Mayo, but it was Cinco de Mayo on a Friday with my sister and her 40th birthday. So I survived. I didn't drink much at all because she's not much of a drinker, even though she's Catholic. You would think the Catholics would be the drinkers because, you know, the blood of Christ is literally wine to them. But anyways, welcome everyone. Real Film Nerds Podcast number 322. Yes, I got it. 322. With me as always, Catholic at heart, Mysterious Mike Talent.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
So Mike, this week we watched the last Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Why don't you give us the breakdown?
All right, Matt. This movie was directed by James Gunn and written by James Gunn. It's starring Chris Pratt, Chuck Woody Iwuji, Bradley Cooper, Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, Vin Diesel. Still reeling from the loss of Gamora, Peter Quill rallies his team to defend the universe and one of their own, a mission that could mean the end of the Guardians if not successful.
Okay, Mike, so this is the last James Gunn Marvel Cinematic Universe film ever. Unless, you know, shit goes south with DC and he comes back. But I don't know, he's the big boss over there. So, Mike, what's your thoughts? Did you love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
Yeah, man. I really liked it a lot, man. I thought it was great. I really like the soundtracks in these movies. I know it's like volume and like part of Peter Quill's character is that he likes music and stuff, but man, I really had a great time with this movie. I feel like it was it had all the ups and downs, and I was actually surprised that certain things didn't happen that would be that I was expecting.
So, okay, we'll get into the spoiler section. But Mike, what were your thoughts when it came to the animal cruelty? Because that's a hot button topic floating around this film. It was before it came out with all the critics and the previews and all that stuff. What were your thoughts?
I mean, obviously, it's not very pleasant to watch, but it's not supposed to be. I feel like it's going to touch people differently who watch it. I feel like my wife might really cringe at some of the stuff that was going on, but I don't know. I felt like it added to the story, Matt. So I thought it was okay. And I know all the stuff was CGI. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts, dude?
Well, the girlfriend who is animal person, probably, I'm thinking more than even your wife, at least in my opinion. I know your wife doesn't have nearly the amount of animals as the girlfriend has, but I already told her she's not allowed to watch it because I know she will not be able to stomach it and she'll get really mad. She won't be like sad or depressed. She'll get really mad. She gets really angry at shit like this, even though it's fake. I thought it was warranted because it's not to spoil it too much. I guess most people would probably know, but the majority of it is the telling of Rocket Raccoon's story. And it's not a pleasant way on how he came into being. It's been well known throughout all three films. I mean, he just doesn't talk about it. And here you get it in flashbacks. And we'll talk about that more as we get into spoilers because there's some things, you know, I wish they would have done maybe a little differently. I don't know. We'll see. But overall, I really enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I think it's the second best one. Nothing knocks the original. I think the original Guardians is fantastic, incredible, set the bar very high. I put Volume 3 in second place. I put Volume 2 in third place as my rankings.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I thought this was a great end of the trilogy, the three movies. I'm glad that James Gunn got unfired for this movie, and now he can go off into the sunset and go work at DC and see what kind of interesting movies he's gonna get us, man. So I'm excited for the DC. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good for them to have some new figurehead, I guess, as James Gunn.
Well, his Suicide Squad DC movie was decent, but his TV show, his Peacemaker TV show, was next level. If he can bring DC films and DC as a whole up to the level of Peacemaker, Marvel should be shaking in their boots because they have not put out a whole lot of great movies lately. I'm not saying this lightly, Mike. I truly believe that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the best Marvel Cinematic Universe movie since Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think I could agree with you on that, Matt. This was a very good movie. I'm glad it seems to be doing pretty well. I don't think it quite opened as strong as the second one, but I think it's going to have some legs, man. I think people are really going to like this movie.
Well, what's interesting is everyone was predicting that this movie was not going to do very well. It was not going to kind of do the numbers that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is not used to seeing. They said it was going to be a terrible opening. No one's going to go see it. Nobody wants it. And box office numbers are saying the opposite. I think 120 million opening weekend, something like that?
Yeah, roughly, yeah, 120 million, yeah.
Yeah, granted, preview night on Thursday, but they took pretty much every single showing at Harkins and picture show here. You can go and see Guardians at some point within any hour, like be it 4:00, 4:30, 5. I mean, it's back to back to back. And I highly recommend people to go see it. I really enjoyed it. If you're extremely sensitive, if you are a vet or you are a super animal person, don't see it because it'll probably make you angry. Even though it is not real, it is CGI. It still probably wouldn't do you any favors. But everyone else, go see this movie in the theaters. It is very good. It's big, it's loud, it's colorful, it's funny. It has it all, Mike. It has it all. I absolutely love Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm very sad that this is the last one.
Yeah, no, it definitely has it all. I mean, it's 2 hours and 30 minutes, but it didn't feel like it, and that was great, man. It was just good storytelling. Just, I don't know. It was a lot of I didn't feel like there was a lot of like forced one-line jokes. Like it just had it had a good flow. It was just banter between the characters. It was great.
Yeah, it great flow. The cast is having fun doing this film. I'll say it, Mike. Dave Bautista's Drax, wow. On another level in this movie. He's great in 1 and 2, but holy shit was he funny in this one.
Yeah, dude, he was good. And you got to see a little bit more. I feel like all the characters grew quite a bit throughout the series, and it was interesting to see how they are, now.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get too much into spoilers, so we'll take care of this on the back end, Mike. We have our third giveaway in 3 weeks, Mike. Can you believe it?
Oh, man. Third. What do we got this week?
Mike, so we've been getting some, not all the promos do this, but some of the promos do this, where we'll get digital codes when they're released on digital, and then we'll get physical Blu-ray copies when they're released on physical media. Well, Mike, this is the second part of 80 for Brady.
Oh, all right, man. 80 for Brady. I actually watched this movie, man. It was good. It was great.
Did you have a good time? My mom loved it. She really, really liked it.
Yeah, no, it was good, dude. It was surprisingly well done.
Yeah, and we'll have to talk about that with Ma Hinshaw Loses Her Cookies at the end of this podcast. I always talk about our podcast during hers, but I never talk about her podcast during ours. So there you go, Ma. There's a little shout out. Ma Hinshaw Loses Her Cookies. She lost her cookies for 80 for Brady. She loves that movie. I had to buy it for her for Mother's Day.
Oh, wow. Nice, dude. What a good son.
Okay, Mike. So what should our listeners do to be entered into a contest to win a Blu-ray copy of 80 for Brady?
Why don't they tell us how many Super Bowls Mr. Brady has won?
Well, all right, Mike. I don't know that number because I don't like the Patriots. I don't pay attention to the Patriots. I do watch the Super Bowl every year. I really honestly don't pay a whole lot of attention to football, where you love football, which is weird because you didn't like football in high school and now you freaking love it. I think it's just an excuse for you not to do anything on Sunday and drink beer.
I can neither confirm nor deny those accusations.
Next thing you know, you're going to like golf.
I can't confirm or deny that either, man. No, I haven't played golf. I don't know how to play golf, man.
I played golf in middle school. I think I took lessons with a bunch of us. I liked hitting the ball really far, but that was about it. If I could drink beer back then, it probably would have been better.
Yeah, I don't know. Golf is a kind of a mystery to me, so I think it's too late for me to learn. Like, I'll get kicked off. I don't have the right etiquette.
Dude, in my world, like, everybody likes to play golf and goes and does business on golf, and I'm like, I don't want to play golf. You know what? I'm going to start a trend. From now on, realtors, we're not going to go and do golf anymore. We're going to go do fucking bowling. We're going to go bowl.
Dude, that'd be awesome, dude. Bowling realtor. Yeah, you can close some deals and rack some pens, right?
That's what I'm going to do. I'll be like, oh, you want to hit the links? No, let's go hit the fucking lanes.
Yeah, dude.
I like it. I like this idea, Mike. I like it.
Yeah, I think you should do that, man. That'd be fun.
Okay, all right. Let me get this out of the way. Mike, we got to do the business. So if you want to enter, tell us how many Super Bowls he's won or Super Bowls he's been in.
No, he's won.
Okay, how many Super Bowls Tom Brady has won? Email that to mike@realfilmnerds.com. Or, we do have a phone number. You can call us in and we will put you on the podcast. Our phone number for the Real Film Nerds is 602-551-6389. I remember we got this and I pushed it at first and no one ever calls in. So there you go. If you want to be entered, call in too and tell us how many and your name and all that stuff. And we'll play you during the podcast.
Oh yeah, dude. I forgot we had a phone number, dude.
We do. And because it's a Google Voice number is what it is. It's a Google Voice number. I can download the audio files and throw them in the podcast.
Nice.
So, all right, here we go, Mike. Bring home 80 for Brady on Blu-ray today. Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno, and Sally Field star as four best friends who go on an unforgettable journey to see their hero, Tom Brady, play in Super Bowl 51. In this hilarious comedy about living life to the fullest, no matter your age. Directed by Kyle Marvin, buy 80 for Brady on Blu-ray and get laugh out loud bonus content. 80 for Brady is rated PG-13 and is from our best friends over at Paramount Pictures.
All right, man. Well, thanks again, Paramount Pictures. 80 for Brady was a great movie, man. I think it. I don't know how well it did in the initial box office release, but it was actually really, really good.
I think it did well. I don't think it set any records or anything, but I definitely think it made money. You're gonna have to look that up, Mike.
Okay, I'll look that up. But Matt, I think we need to get back to the podcast, and I need to ask you an important question.
Yes, Mike, please. What is said important question?
What are you drinking this fine morning, evening, or afternoon?
Well, Mike, thank you for asking. Speaking of sports, because we keep talking about sports, so I'm just going to keep this going. The Phoenix Suns are on a roll. They've won 2 games in a row at home, so they are now tied with the Denver Nuggets. So to celebrate our win last night, Mike, I'm drinking a Four Peaks Suns Brew Kolsch style ale from, my favorite brewery, of course.
Nice, dude. Very nice. Yeah, I'm drinking the old Hoppy Nomad from Aldi. It's a session IPA. It's pretty tasty.
So when I was down in Phoenix not yesterday. Well, I was down in Phoenix yesterday. I went home yesterday. But no, was it yesterday I saw it? I'm trying to think. No, it was Saturday. I spent the whole weekend down there for my sister's birthday. I have not done that in forever. Even my sister was like, shouldn't you be getting home to get back to work? I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving today. I'm leaving as soon as I can. But Mike, I drove by another Aldi, man. They're starting to take over Phoenix.
Dude, did you stop?
No, I wasn't driving. I was in my parents' car. Well, okay. I was driving my parents' car, but there's no way in hell my dad would have been like, oh, yeah, let's go ahead and stop. Come on.
All right, man. One of these days, dude, you got to stop at your Aldi. It's cool.
All right, Mike, I'm going to. I promise. I want to get some beers there just so I can surprise you like one day and be like, hey, look, Mike, I got an Aldi beer too.
Nice, dude. Very nice.
So, okay, Mike, we don't have any Marvel Cinematic Universe tie-ins this week because this is a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. So this better be damn good, Mike. It better be amazing. What is this week's dad joke?
I got dad jokes. I don't think they understand though. Gotta think I'm funny. Other people never laugh though. Dad jokes.
All right. I think it's pretty amazing, Matt, but I don't know if you're going to like it. Why do hamburgers go to the gym?
Why do hamburgers go to the gym? Hold on. I'm thinking something about double meat, burning the fat, something about sizzle. I don't know. Mike, what the hell? Why do hamburgers go to the gym?
To get better buns, dude.
Ah, shit. I knew it. I know it was something that I was thinking too much into it. Okay, so I'll go with that was a mediocre dad joke. It wasn't amazing.
Was it mediocre?
See, you're getting there. You're slowly turning into a dad. You got to get these, Mike, you really got to get this shit honed because when your children start having friends and bringing people over, you got to embarrass the shit out of them. You really got to step it up here, brother.
I think I'll be able to do that, man. I'll just start busting out pictures and be like, or just start saying weird things about what they do. It'll be fine.
I think you need to have a wife beater with blood on it. That's always a great way to answer the door.
Yeah. Yeah, that and, cleaning my gun, right?
The part of the country that you live in, Mike, is pretty well known for firearms, much like Arizona. I don't think you're quite at the level we are. But yeah, if you don't own a gun, I'm pretty sure they make you leave the state.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep. For sure.
Okay, all right. So for those of you who have stuck through this long, we are now into the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 spoiler section. Mike, I have to say, I liked the origin of Rocket being told and peppered throughout the film, but do you know what I didn't like? Not having frickin' Rocket in the film. It kind of bugged me. He was there, but he's in a coma the whole time, and I'm like, no, I want me some Rocket, baby. Where's my Rocket?
Yeah, well, I mean, they had to do something, and unfortunately, it meant that Rocket was not really going to be in the movie that much. But still, I thought it was really awesome. One thing in this movie I kind of found amusing was all the freaking characters and like costumes and crazy stuff in this. This had like tons and tons of like just interesting things.
It makes that latest Ant-Man seem kind of mediocre, doesn't it?
Yeah, dude. Real bad.
Yeah, James Gunn is he's a champ, dude. He's very good at what he does, and I think they still let him, steer the bus at least 90% of the time because, I mean, there's horror elements in this. There's, wonderful colors. There's a lot of comedy. I mean, it says James Gunn from start to finish. It's very good. I love this movie.
Yeah, I don't think there was too much interference from anyone else. I felt like it was a James Gunn movie, like I was a little worried that there might be some sort of I don't know, wrangling or turning stuff down, but man, no. I felt like it was a James Gunn movie through and through.
Mike, we've said it over and over and over again with just about any product pushed out by Disney. They need to get their freaking fingers out of the honeypot. Let the creatives be creative. That's Star Wars, that's Indiana Jones, that's Marvel, that's the Pixar. Let the creatives be creative and you will make a lot of money. This proves it. This 100% proves it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just hard. I don't know. The current CEO of Disney said that's what one of his major, I don't know, ideologies was going to be, was get the creatives back to being creative. I don't know. So we'll see. I mean, I don't think he was involved with, because, this was probably filmed, what,
God,
year ago?
at
Year and a
least
half?
maybe more. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, because, I mean, the special effects for this movie, geez. Like, I don't even know how you begin to, like, lay out how all that's going to be, like, who's going to do what work. And, I mean, obviously, Marvel's got it down, but geez.
Dude, one thing I really loved was how nowhere the giant celestial skull that everybody's living in, that's the size of a planet, like, is now a spaceship. That was a lot of fun. That was really, really inventive.
Yeah, no, that was good, man. It was good.
Giant freaky ass skull just comes out of like hyperspace with these cannons in his mouth and his eyes. Oh, dude, that was just awesome. I liked it.
I liked our bad guy, the High Evolutionary. I thought he was a real, kind of trying to do good, but in his own way kind of thing. Like, so I thought he was a good adversary, like a good kind of bad guy. And he was somebody that I loved to hate. And, throughout the movie, he just kind of builds up his I don't know, like sinisterness, I guess. I don't know.
I'll go with the opposite. I think the bad guy could have been better. And the only reason I say that is because he basically was Thanos. Except instead of trying to wipe out half the universe's population to make it this perfect world, he was trying to create a species, a being, a planet of beings that was 100% perfect, and he failed miserably. So I see him very much as like a Thanos kind of rehash.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, I guess if as you're saying that, it is kind of Thanos-y, but a different approach, I guess, right?
Yeah, I just think Marvel's biggest issue they've always had, except for a couple times, has been with the villains. They're just not super great. They just aren't. I mean, they're just kind of there. Now, I do like that we're never going to see him again. There's a massive spoiler. He's not going to continue on in this series, which I don't think he should. He was a great villain for this film, and he worked out well for what it is. But I don't know. It was kind of lackluster. It was kind of, okay, Thanos, but experimenting with creatures and things the other way instead of eradicating things. I don't know. Just my thoughts.
Okay. Yeah. No, I hear you, Matt. What did you think of I think the character's name was Warpig? Like the like crazy pig creation thing that was like a guarding.
Oh yeah, dude. There was some crazy ass creations that the High Evolutionary created, and Warpig was one of them. I mean, that shit was nuts, dude. It reminded me kind of like the Warpig, I think that was his name, from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. No, I was thinking the same thing, dude. I think everybody was thinking the same thing. I feel like that was partly, I know that was on purpose. It had to have been on purpose.
Oh yeah, it was probably a shout out because, James Gunn he's a little bit older than us, but he grew up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at some point in his life. And so it was probably a little nod to them.
Yeah, what did you think of I really like the kind of long joke that kept going on about like working with like incompetent people.
Oh yeah,
dude,
that was fun. That was really fun, especially oh god, what is the name of the actor, Mike? You know the name of the actor that played the first guy that started talking about it?
Oh, the security guard, right? He's like
is that Nathan Fillion?
Yeah, I think that's him.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion. I wasn't 100%. I didn't watch many of his shows that he's been in, but I know you have. And I thought that was so funny. He starts it, and it just goes for the rest of the movie. They're like, yeah, I got one of those too. It's the boss's uncle or whatever. It was
Dude.
so funny.
I thought that was really funny, dude. It was just it was good stuff. Good stuff.
That's definitely one of those jokes like you would see in like Pixar or something. You know, it's like an adult joke that the kids won't get at all because they haven't worked and ever had to work with someone like that that's just been given something.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I even like the like Star-Lord Gamora like kind of like I don't know, dynamics.
Yeah, no,
So-
that's a good way to put it. Yeah. Gamora is not the Gamora we've known and loved for the past 2 films, but it's still Gamora. She's very different. She's a lot more aggressive. I thought it was interesting how Zoe Saldana played her and also how her character arc went and how she didn't want to be part of the Guardians. She wanted to go back to the Ravagers.
Yeah. No, that was interesting. And I don't know. I liked it. I liked how it went, and I liked how Peter Quill's character or Star-Lord is maybe trying to like talk her into, but not really. Like I don't know. Like it was very like he was very torn, I guess, conflicted.
Oh, no, dude. He was trying to get back on that shit because he misses her. But yeah, he realizes it's not his Gamora. It's a different person. It's from an alternate reality, but it's your current reality. And so kind of sucks, to put it mildly.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I really like this. I like the way that it ended. I had kind of wondered if they were going to try and kill off all the characters, but I actually liked how they ended and nobody dies.
Yeah, that was kind of nice. I thought there were going to be some murders, some, deaths of some major characters, but not. They just kind of went their own ways. Clearly, we're going to see a lot of these characters back at some point. We might even get a different Guardians because that's kind of what they were teasing in one of the, whatever you call them, post-credit scenes. I don't know, the teasers or whatever. They clearly, there's a level of Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe they'll get their own film. I definitely think we'll see them pop up here and there throughout the MCU. Maybe not as big as they have been, but it might be cool because it's a interesting collective of characters, the new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and do you think Star-Lord's going to get his own movie?
I don't know if he'll get his own movie, but I think he's going to possibly pop up in something like the Avengers coming, because whatever they're going to do with the Avengers, it's going to be a lot more space oriented. And Peter Quill's now on Earth. Spoilers, but he's now on Earth. He's with his grandfather. And I think at some point he's going to want to get off the Earth, and he's going to be a good way to lead or at least be a part of an Avengers team that has to go into space and deal with extraplanetary kind of things.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Use his space skills.
Right. And I'm just bullshitting. They could just never do anything again, or he might just get a solo film, or I don't know. But that's kind of what I see them doing, because Avengers is kind of in shambles right now. People don't want to come back and do it. They're done. Characters have died, all that shit. But you got to always have the Avengers. If you're going to be this deep in Marvel, the Avengers is always like one of the staples, just like Spider-Man. You always got to have a Spider-Man. People just love Spider-Man. They buy the shit out of Spider-Man.
Gotcha. And do you think Mantis will have her own movie or show up again?
I think Mantis will show up, but she's not a strong enough character to have her own movie. Her power is cool, but it's not that cool. You really got to see her using it, though, in this film quite a bit, where she was having people fall in love with each other. Then it was so crazy, some of the shit she was doing to people. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, it was fun. Even what were those creatures that she ends up kind of befriending and runs off into the sunset with?
I don't know, dude. I don't remember at all.
I don't remember what their name is. They said it once. It was like Nebula yelled it out when they first saw it.
Yeah, the ones that eat the batteries. So that was from the opening of Guardians of the Galaxy
Second one.
Volume 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what those creatures were called, but that might be kind of fun. But she clearly, connected with them. So she has 3 pets, very large pets.
Yes, very large pets.
So
Matt,
go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Talking about pets, and all the animal stuff that went on in this movie. The end scene where they're kind of rescuing everybody and stuff, the kids and stuff, and then they get all the animals. Did that make you feel a little bit better about some of the scenes
that were animal cruelty? Of course, that they rescued all the lower life forms, as they call them in the film. Yeah, it was fine, but you'll see what my score is here soon, Mike. But it's reflective, of mostly the animal cruelty stuff, but it wasn't so much the cruelty stuff. I mean, it's supposed to be horror. Like, I'll just say it: the bunny rabbit that looks like a freaking spider, and that shit was crazy. Like the otter was crazy. Like that's straight up horror movie shit.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it was supposed to be creepy, dude. It was creepy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And James Gunn succeeded. He, like we talked about last week, he's done a lot of horror movies towards the start of his career, and he tapped into those roots and exploited them for this film for sure.
the when they're rescuing the one creature, Mantis's character is like, "Oh God, no, that wasn't you. You look great."
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Oh no, you're not hideous. No, you're beautiful. Oh my God. That was so funny. It's that crazy animal behind you.
Yeah. I thought that was really funny, dude.
No, it was good. It was good. So, okay, Mike, next week, there's not really anything coming out in the theaters, at least nothing that really interests either of us. I think it's a bunch of rom-com kind of shit. So I opened the floodgates and said, Mike, it's your turn to pick. So what movie are we going to be talking about for our next podcast, Real Film Nerds, episode number 323?
All right, Matt. Well, with this movie coming out, I kind of figured there wouldn't be a lot of competition in the next weekend. So I kind of threw out one of the streaming new releases. Came out just a few weeks ago, I think, and that's the movie Ghosted with Chris Evans and
Adrian Brody.
Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas. Adrian Brody. Amy Sedaris. Tate Donovan. Anthony Mackie. John Cho. Ryan Reynolds. Sebastian Stan. Well, let's see. This movie has half of the MCU in it.
Yeah, so I'll be searching all night for the MCU tie-in on this one, Matt.
Oh yeah,
but anyway,
it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna take you fucking forever. It was released the last part of April, technically April 21st.
Okay, all right. So it's been out for a few weeks, but anyway, I thought we'd watch this movie. It's on Apple Plus, and kind of just have fun with it. It looks kind of fun. It's like an action movie about this guy who gets ghosted by his girlfriend, kind of, or well, not girlfriend, like a girl he went on a date with.
Yeah, it's literally like one date, and he flies across the world to go see her again. Yeah, I was shocked when I was watching the trailer. I was watching the trailer. The first half of the trailer is boring as shit. It straight up is a rom-com, and you told me it was a rom-com, and I'm like, why the fuck are we gonna watch a rom-com? And then literally the second half of the trailer hits, and it's like, holy shit, I want to watch this. It's an action movie. The whole second half of the trailer, it entices you because it's an action movie.
So we'll see which one it is. And it looks kind of fun. It's got a lot of big people in it, so we'll see what happens, man.
Okay, Mike, so let's go ahead. Let's do the business so that you can go to bed because you're an old man, and I know you're going to start crying here soon. Mike, how many reels do you give Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
All right, Matt. So I really like this movie. I don't have very many complaints about this. So, I think I'm going to give this 5 reels out of 5.
Man, dude, you and Ma Hinshaw. My Ma gave it a perfect score on Friday, so I can spoil that for Ma Hinshaw loses her cookies here coming up. But I had to deduct, Mike. I had to deduct.
How much did you deduct?
Only half a point. I gave it 4.5.
Oh, okay. All right.
The villain thing and then the animal thing. That's it. Other than that, like I said, this is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 is a 5 all freaking day long for me. This is above Volume 2. I think this movie is just absolutely incredible. Now, I don't want to dock it, but it's just what it is, you know? I think the villain choices could have been a little bit better, and the animal cruelty stuff has a point, and I don't want to slam it because of that, but it's just a factor. It's not for everyone. And for me, a 5 out of 5 is like everyone must go see this movie. My girlfriend, I'm telling her not to go see it, and she fucking loves Guardians of the Galaxy. So right there, I'm like, no, I can't give it a perfect score. I just can't.
Yeah, well, Matt, I think what you should do is you should take her to the movie, and then you just do earmuffs during certain parts, and you just cover her eyes and be like, some shit happened. Next.
Eyes and ears. Yeah, that's some work. That's some work, but I could do it, Mike. I could do it.
Yeah, get some of the noise canceling stuff. Be like, whatever you feel, that's not happening.
Well, the thing is, it's all fucking CGI anyways, but for her, I think it's more about the idea of it happening than it actually, happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha. But all right, Matt. So that was fun. Make sure that everybody enters the contest. Mike at Real Film Nerds. Or Matt, what's the phone number again?
Yeah, drop us a line. I think we could take text messages too, because it is Google Voice. But it's Phoenix area code 602-551-6389. Now, if I get a whole lot of dick pics, I'm going to be mad. Mike.
Well, sometimes.
I don't need to see that. I don't need to see a pressed ham. I don't need to see your dingle dangle. No sexting the Real Film Nerds, podcast phone number.
Okay. All right. On that happy note, make sure you tell us how many Super Bowls Tom Brady won. And yeah. All right. Matt, do you have anything else you want to add, or are we going to wrap this up?
Nah, dude, I'm golden, man. We could talk about this movie all day, but I know you need to go to bed. I just say go and watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. James Gunn, I'm going to miss you, but I am very excited on what you're going to do with DC. I'm very excited. They announced his first film since taking over as leader, master, and commander, or whatever the hell his title is going to be at DC. It's going to be Superman. So I'm interested to see a James Gunn Superman.
Wow, dude. A James Gunn Superman. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. If he brings that same pizzazz as Guardians and Peacemaker and even the Suicide Squad, I think we're in for a real treat.
Oh, yeah, dude. I think it's going to be really exciting. I was so stoked when they announced it's going to be a Superman film.
Well, I guess with that, make sure you follow us on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And we'll catch you next week on the pod. Thanks for listening, everybody. And, make sure you go out there and go see Guardians. It was a great movie. The theaters need us. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.
Welcome, everyone, to Ma Hinshaw Loses Her Cookies, Episode 12, Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
And you are?
I am excited about the movie, and I loved it.
Okay, so you're not Ma Hinshaw then?
I did say Ma Hinshaw.
No, you said, welcome to Ma Hinshaw Loses Her Cookies, Episode 12. You didn't say, I am Ma Hinshaw. How dare you?
Oh, shit. Pardon me. Oops.
Oh, look. I'm leaving that one in for the podcast. Everybody's going to hear Ma cuss. Woo! Yeah, that's good. I love it. All right, so here we go. Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3. Ma Hinshaw cusses. This is now a rated R podcast because she dropped an S-bomb. How dare you, Ma? I'm ashamed.
Sorry. I goofed up. Okay.
Oh, you almost dropped another one. I heard the F coming out.
I did not. I don't use that word much.
Oh, sure, Ma. Sure.
Okay.
So you went and watched this movie. You thought it was the best movie ever. Podcast done.
Well, it was really, really very good. I don't know if it was the best movie ever, but I'm glad it was the best Guardians of the Galaxy because.
Wait, hold on. You think this is the best Guardians of the Galaxy out of the three?
Yeah.
You think it's better than the original?
Oh boy.
What?
I do.
Why?
Because every one of them, I kept saying, okay, who's Rocket? Why is Rocket Rocket? Why is he an animal, not a person? And this one answers it. Yay.
So that's the only thing that you cared about. You didn't care about all the other characters. You didn't care about, the story. You cared about learning who Rocket was Rocket, even though in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, spoilers, Rocket literally is not even in the movie technically. He's in a coma.
Well, yeah, but it goes back,
But he's not. He's in a coma.
Oh, okay. So he's in a coma.
He's like the best part of the film, and he's in a coma. Really?
Really?
Are you drunk?
No, I'm not. But
Are we recording too late?
No, this is good. And Chris Pratt was good. He was great, really.
Ma, how many hot toddies have you had?
I don't know. One glass of wine. That doesn't count.
You heard it. You heard it here, folks. She said, I don't know. That shows you the sign of an alcoholic. Ma, I think we need to get you help.
No, I am not.
Ma, there's places you can go.
But I love Rocket. And yeah, he was in a coma and I was very worried about him. But then, well, I can't spoil the movie. Go see the movie. It's great. And go and see it in Dolby so it don't shake you all over the place.
So, Ma, if it came down to it, would you prefer Rocket or a hot toddy?
Rocket.
Rocket over your delicious booze?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez. See, now you're just lying to me. I know you're lying.
He's great. He's great. Yes.
Okay, so you enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy. You went and saw it in a Dolby Ultra crazy theater where the speakers are over your brains and shook your brains out of your skull and they dripped out your ears.
Oh, it shook your back end out, up. It shook the bottom.
Are you sure you just didn't have gas?
No. It was just, rumble and your seat would rumble. It was cool.
Because, Mike Talent farted throughout the entire podcast and none of you heard it because I've sat there and edited the goddamn thing. Ma, are you sure it wasn't a massive, wet, juicy fart that was shaking your seat?
Absolutely not. It was every battle, everything, every fight they had. It was boom, shake, 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 boom, shake, shake. It was cool.
So why is Rocket Raccoon your favorite character?
I don't know. He's just so cute.
Oh, Lord. So tell me what else you thought of the movie. What did you think of the cinematography? What did you think of the villain? What did you think of the story, the plot, the acting? All those things that we talk about on my podcast, we never talk about on yours because you just want to talk about nudity and drinking and fornication.
Oh, I don't talk about that.
Ma, you have a dirty mind. We need to clean it up.
No, I don't do that. But anyhow, no. And I mean, there were people, a lot of answers to a lot of the Guardians and their issues and problems. And I don't want to say that stuff because you want to go see the movie. Okay. And you want to see.
You've already spoiled quite a bit of the film.
What?
You've already spoiled quite a bit of the film, so you can keep talking about it.
I did not. And the villain he was very good. He was very, and I really liked it.
No, that's why I asked you. I want you to explain what is.
Well, he's scary. And
so you have nightmares that the high evolutionary is going to come and get you and turn you into a higher being.
Well, that might. Hey, I don't know if that would be a bad thing, but
Even though he didn't do any of his experiments on people.
Well, I know he didn't, but I think he was planning to.
No, he was not planning to, Mom.
Oh, he wasn't? Oh, okay. I thought maybe
he was trying to create a perfect society.
Right.
Why can't you hold your phone away from you so I can see you?
Oh, you don't want to see me. I look awful. Anyway.
Yeah, Mom, and our listeners who are listening to the podcast are going to judge the way you look because they're listening to the podcast. Folks, I'm doing the best I can. This is... I don't know how else to make this podcast more interesting. I mean, okay, here. Mom, was there nudity in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
If there was, I missed it. I don't think I saw any.
Rocket Raccoon was naked.
Well, yeah, but he still had fur.
Oh, he's still naked. Animals are always naked.
Well, I know, but he usually was wearing his clothes, actually.
No, he was passed out on a table naked because he was in a coma.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I missed that. Wow. I thought he was wearing his jacket and all thing and all that.
Now, how offended were you to hear the Marvel Cinematic Universe's first F-bomb in a movie?
I was shocked because I had kids sitting in front of me and kids sitting to the side of me and Frank sitting to the other side, and I was shocked, really. But
it is a PG-13 film. It is not intended for viewers younger than 13.
Oh, there were some kids there that were younger.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But the film is intended for more adult audiences. It's more of a horror-esque film. Hence as I discussed it in the previous podcast, the one that some of you might listen to, the horror things that they do to the animals and the creatures and how they look and things, because the director/writer, James Gunn, started out his career early on doing horror films. So he tapped into that very much so for this film. See, things like that are what you talk about, Mom, to make it interesting.
But then I don't want to talk about it because you got to go see it. It would be a spoiler.
I'm pretty sure saying that Rocket Raccoon isn't in the movie the entire time is a pretty big spoiler. So, Mom, people have seen it. Just they understand we spoil, especially this far in the podcast.
And I loved how a lot of these kids, I would say, would be 8 or 9 years old or something. And boy, they knew everything. They kind of knew what was going to happen and everything. And they were really into it.
What kids are you talking about? The kids in the movies or the kids that were sitting next to you?
The kids that were sitting next around me and stuff.
Well, why did you go to a kids movie?
Well, it's not a kids movie, but for some reason their parents took them.
Well, then why didn't you tell the parents that they shouldn't bring their kids to an adult-themed movie?
I'm not going to do that. They're the parents, and if they let them in, okay.
Well, what if they're running around creating a ruckus?
Oh, no, they weren't. They loved it. They were fascinated. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, so what was your favorite part of the whole film other than the nudity?
Oh, you don't want to know my favorite part of the film. Oh, dear.
Of course, I don't want to know. That's why I asked you. Ma, you're not helping your situation here in your podcast.
Okay. I loved how Chris Pratt came and went back and hugged his dad. And I loved how...
Except for it's not his dad.
Well, whoever. Was he a stepdad or something?
No, it was his grandfather.
Well, his grandfather then.
I can't see you again.
And also I liked when all the little raccoons came out. And I liked when all the little kids came out. And then eventually, and I can't think of his name right now, he is going to make a whole new society with all these little kids come out. And I thought that was real cool.
Okay, so you like the end of the movie?
Yeah.
You could have just said that. You didn't like anything else. You just like the happy ending. That's what made you happy.
Ending and everybody, well, I don't know if everybody, I'm not sure about that, but most folks, their problems were solved somehow, and that was good. Okay.
So are you surprised that they did not kill off any of the Guardians of the Galaxy characters?
Yes, I was.
This is the last film. All these contracts, everyone is done, unless Marvel signs new agreements with everyone. James Gunn is done. He's off to DC. We talked about this. Remember, it's only been a few days since we were on the radio. I talked about all this. James Gunn is no longer in Marvel. He is at DC. He's running DC now.
Right.
So we will never have anything else like this from him. At least not from Marvel.
But I keep wondering if there will be some way they'll come up with some kind of sequel somehow, you know?
Well, clearly they're going to. Did you stay for the end credits?
Yes, I did. And that's what makes me think that there's going to be a sequel.
Of course they're going to, Bo. It will not be James Gunn.
No,
it will not be Chris Pratt. It will not be Drax the Destroyer. It will not be the Guardians of the Galaxy that we know and love.
Gee whiz. They're going to have to, start all over?
Great. Now you're burping on my podcast.
I'm sorry.
I got farts in Mike's and mine. I got burps in yours.
Okay.
Sorry, folks. This podcast is turning into a shit show. We just like talking to each other and torturing all of you that tuned in and listened, our unsuspecting listeners. I apologize.
I'll send you a cookie. There you go. Okay.
Okay, fine. What cookies did you make this week, Ma?
Oatmeal raisin with lots of nuts.
Believe me, there are plenty of nuts in your house.
Yes, there are.
You didn't need to add any to your cookies.
Well, I added a lot anyway. Okay.
Why is it oatmeal raisins like the only cookie you ever make?
It's not. I make others, but I felt like making oatmeal raisin, and they worked out well, and that's fine. Michael said
and they're loaded with nuts.
Yep, and raisins.
Oh, Lord. Okay, how many crazy, nutty, raisin brand-based oatmeal cookies do you give Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
Ooh.
You already gave out your number on the radio. You can't change it.
Okay, what did I give out? Because I thought I said a 5, but then I'm like...
So, folks, this is what is known as early onset dementia.
or something.
It literally hasn't even been a week and you forgot. You gave it 5 cookies.
Well, there.
You said it was the best movie ever.
I did, and it is, yes.
Oh, Lord.
Right. But I don't want to do spoilers a lot, which I
already did. You spoiled the entire film.
I know, I did. Go see it anyway.
Okay, so next week, God help us if we do this again. I'm serious. This is painful.
Okay.
No one even writes in saying they like it or they don't like it. You know,
They're
nobody. I'm in hell. I'm in hell.
Okay.
This is I've died, and I have started my journey through the 7 pits of hell.
Oh, good. Well, this is one of them.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure which one. But it's just the never-ending podcast pit of hell. It's at least 2 or 3. It's not all the way down at the bottom. I still got a ways to go.
You do.
Anyways, next week, we're talking about a rom-com, or at least Mysterious Mike calls it a rom-com, called Ghosted, currently streaming on Apple TV+. So, as you heard in the last podcast, not Ma Hinshaw's podcast, we have our 3rd giveaway in a row. Go and enter it. Don't forget, we do have a phone number you can call and leave voicemails at, which is always fun. Other than that, I don't know what else to add. Ma, what else do you want to add to your just amazing podcast?
It was a blast to go see it, and I want to go see it again, and y'all need to go, okay?
Okay. All right, Ma. Well, thanks everybody for listening. And regrettably, we will probably talk with you next week.
Okay, a rom-com. Yay.
Are you going to say goodbye?
Yes, goodbye, everyone.